Hi, I'm Megan Kelly with VentureBeat, and I'm here with Avvo's founder and CEO, Mark Britton. So you guys you're kind of like a Quora, but a little more honed down for doctors and lawyers specifically. Is that correct?
That's right. So, I mean, just every day you have hundreds of millions of questions answered, or the American public has hundreds of millions of questions around legal and health advice. And so we just try to be incredibly specific. You can learn a lot about a lot of different things on Quora, but we're just very specific to the legal and health verticals and getting everyday people advice regarding their legal and health matters when they need it.
So technically, when you're creating a Q&A site like this for such a specific vertical like doctors and lawyers who obviously have a lot of legal issues around them speaking to consumers,
yes.
How do you deal with that on a technical level?
Well, I mean, when we came into legal, lawyers were very frightened of the internet, and we've really created a revolution of sorts by helping them understand that a huge part of powering their practices, both as getting more business and also interacting with their communities, that social media and understanding how to harness that social media, specifically through Q&A, is so incredibly valuable. So part of it's just the education process, and we've really started the same. So we launched legal in June of 2007, and medical now just a year ago, so November 2010. And constantly, it's part of getting in front of them, helping them understand the value of social media, and then giving them great tools so that it's very easy for them to go in, answer the questions when people ask them. And we have a 95% response rate now. That
and almost 1 million question or answers out there.
That's
on,
right. We're just we're just crossing over 1 million questions that have having 1 million answers on the site.
So one of the ways that you've kind of helped coax these people into, or these doctors and lawyers into using the service is gamification.
Yes.
and game mechanics. How does that work?
Well, again, I think part of it is education, because if you're a doctor, you have certain doctors that say, well, it's interesting for me to come and answer questions as being a responsible doctor, but they don't really understand that quality is more important than quantity sometimes, and also speaking on a level where consumers will say, hey, thumbs up, this is a great answer. So what it does is it helps guide the professionals on the one hand to allow them to give better guidance to the consumer, but it also gets the consumers just much better guidance as far as, okay, here's a great doctor that gives great advice, and yeah, this is somebody that I should probably go see for my sore elbow.
So you've also been sued.
We have, yes.
And that was
multiple times.
9 days after you first launched the company was your first lawsuit.
That's right.
That's because you put profiles on the site of whether a doctor or lawyer wants them or not. And you have this proprietary software
yes.
that you use.
The Avvo rating.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can actually tell you a lot, but I'll try to keep it encapsulated. So the Avvo rating is our proprietary editorial algorithm, and that's really what we started the company with before we layered Q&A on top. So when we launched, we were rating lawyers from 1, which is extreme caution, all the way up to 10, which is superb, and no one had done that before. And it's what we're really well known for even today. I mean, the Avvo rating has become really a gold standard for ratings with lawyers. We power all sorts of top and best lists, and we've actually taken that over to medical as well. But as you can imagine, all sorts of, for those lawyers that have misconduct in their background, and now doctors, they're not excited about a website disclosing that misconduct and because of that giving them a lower rating. So yes, we were sued 9 days after we launched in a nationwide class action by a group of lawyers, the lead plaintiff having misconduct in his background, saying that we were misleading consumers. But it's been very gratifying because just a couple of years later, as we've assumed market leadership in legal, we had the American Bar Association come out and name me one of the top 20 legal rebels that's pushing the legal conversation forward just a couple of years later. So we really have really changed the way that lawyers are thinking about social media, Q&A, ratings, and just getting out there and participating in the conversation.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming along and speaking with us. And Mark told me earlier that if you're not afraid of what you're doing, then it's probably not important. So
that's right.
Something to think of. Thank you for watching.